"10:28 a.m. I don't have to leave till like 11:15 for work, so I still have time to go in and shower and get ready for work and show you this synchronicity that I forgot from in the first one. This is March number 5, part 2 now. Mars. March is Mars. Aries. Arise. Aries and Arise are anagrams. They both mean the same thing as well. To spring up. To spring. To the offspring of Horus. Aries, Horus. God's sun on the horizon. Risen. Saving us from the winter. The vinter. Into the spring quarter of the year. The quartor. So this, I showed you how my cash register synchronicities of yesterday began with Joe Rogan. When I bought a Cliff Bar before my shift started. Well, it ended with him as well. I had a purchase with him after closing time. It was 9:12 p.m. 0912. My invoice number was 1029. Numbers 91091220119, same numbers, and that's the year's numbers now. We're now month number 3. Yesterday was 3/4, or originally it would be 1/4, because March originally was the first month. The month's orders were aligned with the zodiac order, astrological order of Aries through Pisces, or March through February. So look at that alignment. Year 2019, time 0912, invoice number 1029. The next invoice number would be 1030. So that's the order of the transaction. I don't exactly know how they count them on the registers, but I know that they go in sequence. And this number, 129, well, that was my purchase when I left last night. Joe Rogan started my day with a synchronicity on the register and ended it. 1029 is the number value, 129, in English gematria. Gematria is ABC 123. Gematria, and it's the same etymology as geometry. Geo is from Gaia in Greek, Mother Earth, personified as the goddess, the mother of the Titans, mother of Saturn. Uranus is the father, the sky, and the ground is Gaia, Earth. Gematria. So ABC 123, right? Well, and that's a whole science that most people think only involves Hebrew, but guess what? It's all, or Phoenician, because what is Hebrew? Phoenician. It's Canaanite. It's the same alphabet. All the alphabet, Aleph, Beth languages, which includes all the Romance languages. And English is a combination of Germanic and French, German, French, Angelish, English, of the angles and angels, of Ang, Yang, the sun, Angus. This science applies to all languages. English is no different, and English is especially good for it because the English alphabet's 26 letters. A through Z, and God equals 26. G is 7, O is 15, D is 4, 26. Same as mid, M-I-D, M13, I9, D4, 26. And then also, as in the midline of the equator, in between, 26 weeks in a half-year cycle, 52 in the whole year. Now equals 52. Electricity equals 129, so that ties in with this synchronicity from my purchase when I left last night at 9/12/910912, invoice number 1029 in the year of 2019. Electricity equals 129, which of course reduces to 1, 2, and 3, 9, and 12, 1, 2, 3. And look at the word electricity with the tri right there, 3, and the 2 C's on either side. C is the waning crescent of the moon before the black moon of death. Christ begins with C, of course. Course as like curve, the curvature. Well, there's 2 C's here, number 3 in the alphabet. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. S-E, S-E, phonetically, 3, 3. Electricity, and it begins with El, which is the Phoenician Canaanite God, singular. Hebrew, Elohim, plural in Hebrew. The gods, God, gods, singular, plural, plural, double, and El takes the form of a bull who flies through the air, and he's the Aleph, Alpha. The Aleph is the ox or the bull. And then in this ascending ray time of the year, from the winter solstice to the summer solstice, the summit of the year, this is the ray and this is the day, the rising and the descending, Ra and Da, up and down. DIE equals 18. That's the number of the lower hemisphere. 3 sixes, 6 times 3, 18. 3 plus 6 is 9, plus 9, 18. 1 and 8, 9 of the feminine of sunset. See how 9 has the line, the curve going down, and 6 has it going up, because you go up from 6, down from 9. And this is the higher synthesis of Eve, of the psyche, of the feminine, of Libra, of equilibrium, of judgment, balance, of justice. Electricity. So El is the Phoenician bull. He takes the form of a bull, and then you get Taurus right after Aries here in the back of the brain, the cerebellum, the motor cortex, and the throat from which all stories are told. Back to Beauty now, by John O'Donohue. I started reading earlier to you the section called Music is the Dream of Silence. There is a sense in which music is a homecoming. As we slip below the surface mind, below the flotsam of the surface world, we travel to our true level, where the deep silence of identity, that silence that holds the mind in poise, is reached and embraced by music. Like the flow of some primal wave, music has the confidence of an originary force. Once evoked, it knows. Once evoked, it knows where the deepest source awaits. Once evoked, it knows where the deepest source awaits. Ravel said, quote, "Music is dream crystallized into sound," unquote. Music is the surest voice of silence. From the beginning, silence and sound have been sisters. Sisters, Isis stars. Music invites silence to its furthest inner depths and outer frontiers. The patience in which silence is eternally refined could only voice itself in music. Music and silence are like lovers who gaze at each other and long for each other. Schubert once said, "All music begins and ends in silence." Indeed, the secret of Schubert is how he sculpts silence with sound. Silence and sound, both beginning with the S of the sine wave. Sine. Sin. The dream of silence is music. Though the content may be full of sorrow or pathos, music seems to desire a certain lightness and playfulness. Physically, as sound, it continues to move and flow. Perhaps listening to music renews the heart precisely for this reason. It plumbs the gravity of sorrow until it finds the point of submerged light and lightness. Listening to music stirs the heavy heart. It alters the gravity. Unconsciously, it schools us in a different way to hold sorrow. When the music is dark, it works through dissonance and harsh notes. Like underpainting, their beauty is slow to reveal itself, but it does ultimately dawn. It frees a space to let in lightness. Unlike anything else in the world, music is neither image nor word, and yet it can say and show more than a painting or poem. When the land gets into music, we have fallen into the place where everything is music. Rumi, where everything is music. Rumi, who said, "You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop." You are the macrocosmos in the microcosmos. You are not the microcosmos. Ireland has a great store of traditional music, and there is a great diversity of style and nuance. Each region has a distinctive tradition. One can hear the contents of the landscape shape the tonality and spirit of the music. The memory of the people is echoed in the music. Traditional Irish music is joyous and lively. The reels, jigs, hornpipes, polkas, and slides have tremendous energy and passion. In the slow airs, the wistfulness of loss and sorrow is piercing. When one considers the history of suffering which the Irish have endured through colonization, famine, and emigration, it is fascinating that our music has such heart. Indeed, some of the greatest and most distinctive Irish music developed among Irish immigrants, especially in America, and must have been one of their few shelters in exile. Arriving in a strange land and having to work hard far away from their family, friends, and home landscapes, music must have opened secret doors in the memory and allowed the heart to come home again. When they felt lost and forsaken, they rejoiced in this universal language that crosses all frontiers and barriers. The music of a people offers a unique entry to their unconscious life. The tenor of what haunts and delights them becomes audible there. The cry of a people is in their music. The mystery of music is its uncanny ability to coax harmony out of contradiction and chaos. Often the beauty of great music is a beauty born from the rasp of chaos. The confidence of creativity knows that deep conflict often yields the most interesting harmony and order. In the Irish tradition, we have Sean Nos singing. This is a style of unaccompanied singing in the Irish language which has a primal tonality and very beautiful rhythm. The resonance and style of Sean Nos seems to mirror the landscape and sensibility of the people. There is a special repertoire of these songs, and they are sung over and over. Each Sean Nos singer has a unique but easily recognizable style. The song comes alive in a new way as it is etched in the singer's voice. The cut and style of the phrasing determines everything. The sound of the Irish soul cannot be expressed in the same way in English. Namaste. Aloha. Hallelujah. Hare Krishna.